Hello? Hi. It's aeongmochi here. Hi again. I don't know how to start this video, but I have noticed that there is too much structure on my channel and I want away with all of it. And now that I am giving myself total freedom, I want to just talk about random K-pop shit for a minute if that is okay with you. Hehe, view this as somewhat of a podcast but in video format and with a robot voice because I am annoying and number one, don't particularly want to do a voice reveal, nor do I have the time to consistently record myself, so robot voice it is for the time being at least. Anywho, yet, this video will range from I don't know scandals, K-tube thoughts, and of course just general music chat because that's all I really care about on here. LMAO. I am a music-centered channel till I die, babies. Try and take that away from me, you absolutely cannot. Well yes, just sit back, relax, get a cup of tea, some grub if you're hungry, and let's just get right on into it. I think the perfect way to begin this chit-chat is to discuss my recent K-pop obsession, that being of course, AOA. Which is odd, I feel like this is the weirdest time to get into AOA, as I don't know, in the nicest way possible, their group image at least has quite literally crumbled to the ground, but man, I can't make the music not hit. And boy does it hit. Literally for months now I have been absolutely obsessed with miniskirt, but that was always about it. I always recognized that they had more music and I enjoyed it on the odd occasion, but did I ever even ponder looking any closer into it? No, absolutely not. How foolish. If you didn't already know, I think that the sexy concept in K-pop is about as baller as it gets. It is literally just so phenomenal, and I always hate saying that in the fear of sounding like a creep. LMAO, but I don't know, I like to feel sexy. It makes me feel hot when I listen to it. LMAO, how cringe, but word. Also those classy sort of string sounds and the high-pitched synths. Ugh, creaming self right now, sorry. Also the dances are so fun and feminine, but I love everything about it. Like that musical style just eats me alive clearly, and AOA are literally the masters of it at this point. And I was so aware, but when looking for sexy concept songs to listen to, I would literally look to everyone but them. It's literally their specialty, what they are known for. How am I such a freak? But whatever. I found them now, my eyes have been opened, my ears are praising me for it. Right now I would have to say that miniskirt is still my number one, my lady, if you will, but short hair bangs. Oh it bangs. Oh it bangs to the extremities. It's just so fun, and those almost shanty-woo-ohs literally reverberate into my spine. I know it's like the end of the year already, and I am pretty sure Spotify stopped counting for Spotify Wrapped in October, but I wouldn't be shocked if these ladies appeared frequently in my Wrapped for this year. And this is like just their title tracks. I am still looking into their B-sides, so if you have any recommendations, please drop them because I need. Although from the brief look I have done, I was literally so disappointed. I just assumed because they had been around for a while their discography would be huge, and I mean it's not tiny, but like for a group that debuted in 2012 I think? Where is all the music? I don't know, I am just complaining like it really isn't that bad, but looking at their Spotify page, I was a touch disappointed. You know, at least it's non-threatening. You ever go to get into an older group and they just have hundreds of songs already, and it's just quite intimidating. Me when I got into Red Velvet. But can we talk about this for a second? Quick topic. SM are the standard in discography size, that is, and the amount of tracks they release per release. Everything else, other K-pop companies, you are probably best not following them. I actually despise SM so much, but man, the music they put out, it's almost too good. No, you know what, it is too good. So much good music. As a Revelove, I am consistently treated to at least 6 songs every time they have a comeback and actual consistent full album releases, and as a new I only have that to look forward with my aespa ladies, who are already killing it by the way with their B-sides. This hyper pop shit and lucid dream, I could write essay upon essay about that song, and I have. Watch my aespa track review already if you haven't already, it's baller, trust. But yes. And if SM are the standard, who is it that's making my life a nightmare? Why, it's YG, of course. First they give Blackpink their first full album almost 5 years into their career with 8 songs. 8. That is pushing it. Loona be releasing 8-song mini albums, please try again. Not even 10. We could not even reach double digits, and even with that they still only have about 20 songs total. You know what? Okay, fine. I'm okay. I'm not. Especially after the freaks at the Black label announced SOMI's first full album. At least this album, if you could even call it that, came 2 years into her career and not literally 5, but once again it is 8 tracks, half of which have already been released over the course of that 2-year career. Honestly, I can't even complain. All I really wanted for Somi was a mini album anyway, so it's good that we are getting that at least, but like, man, why market it as an album when it just isn't? So what was her whole career so far? Just pre-releases. All of the songs have vastly different styles and concepts. I feel like it makes more sense to just keep them as separate releases. Makes this feel more like a compilation rather than a single body of work, because like it just isn't, is it? It's a mini album but with other stuff we have already heard. Honestly, I am mad for no reason. I am not even a huge Somi fan. I just YG annoys me with how they give women music, or should I say don't give women music. Like, I'm happy she got those 4 new songs, but just call it a mini album, please. At least she's getting B-sides. Ugh, anyway, next topic. Well, we have kind of been talking about discographies this whole time so far, so I just kind of want to talk about the cream de la cream, at least in my eyes, my favorite K-pop discographies. I wanted to make this a whole video on its own, but I decided against it in the end. I don't quite know why. I don't know, it just didn't quite feel substantial enough. I would rather talk about each discography a bit more briefly as a segment in a video like this one, or talk extremely in depth about one discography all on its own in a totally separate video rather than just lump them all together. And hey, maybe I will do that too with some of these, but for now, it's a potty segment, so word. Let us discuss. To start, I am circling back to the women I talk about in almost every video because obviously they are one of my faves, Red Velvet. Red Velvet really are the group that got me into K-pop. I heard Bboom and Do before I heard anything by Red Velvet, so I guess it was Momoland and Blackpink that got me into K-pop, but it was Red Velvet that got me to stay. They were the first group I properly stand, and the first group I listened to every single song from, so they are special to me. And honestly, goes to show I have good taste. The songs that initially got me going crazy were Russian Roulette and Cookie Jar. I actually heard Russian Roulette for the first time on the Cookie Jar album, so I actually got myself very used to the Japanese version, but after I became obsessed with the MV, still the very best MV in K-pop if you ask me, I got used to the Korean version, but a goof. Nonetheless, that I was just totally obsessed with the Japanese version of their Korean stuff. Anywho, they just have such a magnificent conceptual range, and they do everything well somehow. Exhilarating stuff. From their darker, sexier R&B Velvet side, highlights include La Rouge, Automatic, Perfect 10, Butterflies, Wait, Scratch That, all RBBB sides, they are all immaculate. To their cuter and quirkier Red side, highlights include Happily Ever After, A Tai Tai, Talk to Me, Huff and Puff, etc., and my personal favorite, where these two intersect and we get a lovely taster of both in one delightful concoction. Highlights include RBB, Knock on Wood, Alright, Blue Lemonade, etc., and then other stuff that doesn't fit into any of this and is just kind of their own thing. LMAO. They do it all flawlessly and so consistently. It's impossible not to love them, literally. Next, back on to their baby sisters, aespa. I know they are brand new with only 9 songs, but they are literally bursting with potential musically at this point. Their concept alone totally sets them apart from the pack, and with 3 real releases to their name, 1 special track and 1 mini album, I can already confidently say they are leaders in music in the 4th gen already. Their hyperpop infused K-pop style is something that is so lacking in K-pop right now, and it's shocking how they are one of, if not the first group to properly utilize and integrate this sound into their main musical style. But if anyone was going to do it, it would be SM. Honestly, slay on them for being unafraid to be experimental, but also shame on them because we have seen how far is too far from them this year also. Ahem, I will never not bring up NCT 127 sticker as a bad example, but with aespa they are striking the perfect balance. With their admittedly small discography, I would have to say that the standouts rigs now, at least to me, are Next Level, Yepi, and mine and seemingly many others' personal favorite, Lucid Dream. I actually can't even believe they are a group at this point. Like, the fact they exist and are not something I have merely dreamed about is insane to me. They are literally my ideal K-pop groups. Screaming and crying. Anyway, on to another group with a similarly tiny discography but also bursting with potential, the stayc girls, and boy, let me tell you, it is going down. Somehow stayc's classic pop stylings are something really fresh in K-pop these days, and honestly, it's a delightful change in pace from the current trends, and it's clearly not just me that's noticed with them quickly becoming 4th gen leaders despite coming from a brand new and without famous producer backup unknown company. Black Eyed Pilsean really saw the 4th gen of K-pop today and came to save the day, and I thank them every day for it. stayc, dare I say, flawless discography shows for it. When a group is debuting with so bad, that's their starting point, you already know they are gonna be out of this world amazing. And they are. I literally ulted stayc mostly because of their incredible discography. The wonderful members definitely did help, but like I am in it for 90% these tunes. Highlights of their discography for me are definitely the aforementioned best debut ever, So Bad, the adorable ballad that quickly became my comfort song, Complex, and the delicious Y2K infused banger Stereotype. Honestly, one of the easiest groups to keep on repeat, I'll tell you that for free. Those were the only 3 groups I really feel like doing a deep discussion on right now, but I wouldn't leave you on a mere 3 favorite discographies. I don't have that much self-control to only pick 3, so some runners-up for moi include Loona, at least their older stuff. Their new stuff ain't bad per se, just a touch balls in comparison. GWSN, obviously, SES, F, X, and of course my current faves, the ace of 8. So those are my music recs of the hour. Wait, is that actually a mega idea? Wait, I just came up with something. Brief intermission for my favorite songs right now, both K-pop and non-K-pop. Now on to a sadder topic, lol, because we like to get all nice and upset on this program. I wanted to touch on the kind of sadness you get when you begin to fall out of love with your faves, not necessarily to the point where you unstan them, but just, you're starting to get a bit bored, which sucks because obviously you still love them. This is the tale of my current experience with Loona. If you watch my channel, then you know that I am such a whore for Loona, like they have been my ULT group for God knows how long at this point, and like Hyunjin is my ULT bias, and I still love the girls like they are my girls. I find them really funny still, and I think they are all super talented, but I don't know, maybe I'm just too familiar with them at this point, but I'm just not getting nearly as excited about them or their new stuff as I once was, which hurts. Like, I love Hula Hoop, I think it's fantastic, one of their best in a long time, but boy, I tell you how unenthused I was waiting for its release, and when I saw the MV finally get released, I barely even watched it. Like, it popped up on my recommended and I didn't click on it right away. I don't know, that feels really stupid, but for most releases by my alts I'm counting down the hours, and the second it's released I squeal, shriek, watch on repeat, but it's just not like that anymore. And their music is getting worse each and every comeback. I don't know, I really hope this is just a blip. It's not like I'm ever going to unstan them unless God forbid they do something really horrid, lol, but I don't know, I feel them inching their way out of my #1 spot each and every day. Maybe it's just the newness of it all, but aespa and stayc are catching my attention much easier than Loona are these days. But even a group I've stanned for much longer than Loona, Red Velvet, are getting my attention more. Ugh, it just sucks. It stinks. I hate this. But I'm too loyal, I almost feel uncomfortable saying they aren't my number ones anymore. It's just K-pop, I know it isn't that deep, but I am committed, God. Another thing I'm having a hard time being loyal to, my long-term ULT biases. Recently officially changed my Red Velvet bias to INTERMISSION over Seulgi after like 3 years of being Seulgi's whore, and here we are again. I don't know what I am doing about Miss Yoo Jong-yeon. This situation is a touch more complex than Loona release bad music make Alice go meh. This is more where the fuck is she? I obviously still love her, but like she's just not here, so I've found myself latching more onto my second and third bias in Twice, Nayeon and Chaeyoung. This isn't even a situation of me unbiasing her, because every time I almost do that I am reminded of older Twice content and instantly she's my babe again. From like OAHH to around. Feels special, she's my bias 100%, but after that I guess it's Nayeon? I literally don't even know, I guess my Twice bias be depending on what content I am watching at that moment, but let's just stick with Jonghyun. I just miss her a lot and it's affecting me. I really hope she's present in promotions for their upcoming comeback, because by the looks of the concept this could be their best yet, if they pull it off well and they get good music. Praying for a good full album. I will 100% be doing a track by track review of that, trust and believe. I guess my stan list / bias list is just changing a lot recently, and I guess that's okay, but I don't know, it's a bit weird. I mean, I've never been that loyal to my biases, lol, I change them up literally all the time, but all of my long-term homies dropping like flies, it's all very strange. Bloop. Anyway, enough sadness, time for rage. I didn't even watch the show, if I'm being honest. I didn't have the time nor interest in it, but I do want to talk about it, Sumi. Nah, because what the hell was this lineup? What the hell was this ranking? What the hell? I really should have voted harder, oops. After my baby metal girl Okazaki Momoko got eliminated after getting no attention or screen time whatsoever, I kinda gave up. I would pop up here and there to give a cheeky vote to Yeojin, Xiaoting and Do, but clearly I needed to go harder. How did Xiaoting drop from 1 to 9? This feels rigged. This feels like a Produce 48 rigging moment. Pushing Sakura out of the number 1 spot because God forbid we have a non-Korean center, or let's just push Chaeyeon right down to the very bottom of the ranking for the lols for seemingly no reason. I know they announced that number 1 wasn't necessarily going to be the group's center, but what the hell? Xiaoting is the perfect center for this group, and if it isn't given to her, I'm calling xenophobia. Honestly, all of the non-Korean girls who made the group being pushed into the very last spots is actually killing me in general. Also, I thought the whole point of the show was to create a group with members from each country. What the hell were the cells about then, if not for this purpose, if your final lineup is going to be overwhelmingly Korean? Gah, I don't know. I'm mad. I'm mad about everything. I'm mad about that awful group name. I guess izone was also trash, but we got used to it. But Kepler? Alright. The only one saving this group for me right now is Yeojin. I am actually beyond excited to see her re-debut. It is thrilling. And not you all switching up so fast saying she's too old to debut. Actually be quiet, LMAO Yunbai is older than her. .1, and that didn't pose any problems in the group. Also, is she not literally like 25? 26? As a K-pop fandom we have become way too comfortable with teens and actual children being idols. Every time I see a compilation video saying you won't believe these idols' real ages, and they post Jisoo or something saying you wouldn't believe she's 26. What a hag? I actually really would believe she is 26, because do you know how young 26 is? Not being a minor doesn't mean you're old. Or people having full panic attacks when they find out INTERMISSION is in her 30s. To be fair, yes, INTERMISSION looks very young, but stop acting like 30 is 50. God. It also seems to be a major issue with female idols mostly. Funny that. Almost like we need to get our acts together and stop perpetuating the idea that women have an expiration date and that once they turn 25 they are useless. Anyway, feminist rant of the day complete. Just irks me. Anyway, back to children being idols. Why am I older than a good chunk of the Kepler members? Freaking me out. Terrifying me, if you will. It's not even like I'm that old too. I'm literally 16, almost 17. I keep being older than idols and it's panicking me, making me feel old when I'm literally still in school by weird stuff. But yes, back to Kepler as whole, I'm really excited for their debut, looking for a cute concept, hoping and praying for a cute concept. Most of the members seem to thrive in cute concepts, so it makes the most sense I guess, but who knows, maybe they'll pull a 180 girl crush on us. I was going to solo stan Yeojin, but by the looks of things and seeing my past with izone, from not really caring about them at all to them becoming one of my ults and crying a shocking amount over a K-pop group when they disbanded, it's likely that I may become a tad invested in these girls. Would have been more invested if, say, the most talented lady up in their Bora debuted, but in a way at least Cherry Bullet can carry on as normal. Still shocking she didn't make it though. I mourn you. Also, quick side note, do you guys want to at all cool it on the pure hatred for Vivi? She is quite literally a 17-year-old who happens to be related to a text member. Please calm down. She barely spoke of her brother and only really did when prompted. It's not like she's some insane clout chaser. She is just privileged to have these connections, that's pretty much it. It's not like she's gonna get removed from the lineup because you pointed out her brother is famous. No shit. Moaz gave her a little bump, and while I too was pretty shocked to see her at number 2, what are we gonna do about it? LOL, might as well just leave it and let her live her dream. She's got talent. She isn't dragging the group down in any way. LOL. While yes, I would have preferred to see some other girls debut in her spot, I also have the sanity to recognize that it's not her fault. She just got lots of votes and that's fine. This whole hate train confuses me terribly. People just be using her as a scapegoat for the entire debut lineup when she actually did nothing wrong. Like, please calm down. Very bold, very bold. I shall Other relevant K-pop news. Mama nominations recently came out, and if you keep up with my community posts you would have already heard this, but oops, I repeating myself. I was going to make a whole video on my mama picks, but turns out I literally only know about the women and I truly just don't care about some of the categories like hosts. I don't watch K-dramas that often, like I had fully not heard any of these songs, nor had I heard any of the hip-hop songs. LMAO. Sorry, uncultured, but yes, thought it would be a bit pointless for me to talk about my picks in a video if I was just bullshitting for half of the categories, so I'm just gonna talk about my picks and predictions for the categories I actually know about right now. So here we go. First up, Best New Female Artist, with the nominees being aespa, Jo Yuri, Kwon Yoonbi, Lightsome and stayc. So both my pick and prediction for this one is the same, which actually slays, because I really do think MG Ladies aespa will be winning this one. Hehehe, I've grown so accustomed to standing unpopular groups, or at least groups who aren't at the top, so it being pretty likely that my faves will actually win this category is very fun. So yes. While I do truly think this list is really good, if it were up to me I would probably swap out Lightsome for Purple Kiss, but then again I really haven't been paying that much attention to Lightsome, so who knows, maybe they are Rookie of the Year material, but like after Zombie I can't not root for the Porky girls. Aside from that, all great choices. Comprised almost entirely of my ults. LMAO. Like aespa, stayc and izone. You're kidding, this is delicious. But yes, I think aespa should win over the rest of these lovely candidates simply because they are just killing it right now. They've had such a good year and have made such an impact on the industry at large, like it just doesn't make sense if they don't win. They just going above and beyond right now, and like word Korea are eating them up as well, so that's also why I think they will win this, not just want them to. LMAO. They are stupidly popular right now, especially in Korea, so like I just see it in their future. Next category I care about. Best Female Artist, with the nominees being Hyunjin, IU, Rose, Lisa and Taeyeon. Once again, not a bad lineup, but like, where's Sunmi? I want Sunmi to win, but she's simply not here, so I guess not. Out of this group, however, I would say I want Hyunjin to win simply because out of these 5 I feel like she's had the best year. She's not the one on this list. I bias that one would probably go to Taeyeon or Rose, but like Rose had 2 songs, and Taeyeon did like Weekend and I guess What Do I Call You, since it was released last December, but like still, I loved What Do I Call You Now, but I don't know. That paired with Weekend, both fun, very nice, just not her best year if you get me. I love that she's in her fun era, but like that doesn't mean she gets the award. Also, if we didn't count What Do I Call You since it came out in 2020, technically how we giving her Female Artist of the Year for one song? LMAO. Cute song, but nah. And then IU had her album and whatnot and it was nice, but once again just not her best year I guess, whereas this bitch had a great year. Happen was such a good release and just everything. Ugh, she was just eating this year and I just want her to get this award bad. Next one. Best Female Group. And the nominees are G-Idol, Brave Girls, ITZY, Oh My Girl, Red Velvet, and Twice. Another pretty baller list. I don't have many issues with it, G-Idol being in there. Was confusing, like I get they're popular but this was not their year, Jesus haha. Anyway, I kinda have two choices for this category. First off, Twice. I didn't realize how absolutely insane they went this year, but God girls, calm down. We got alcohol free, we got kara kara, we got perfect world, we got the feels, and now we're getting scientist, which is going to be a full album as well. Do you guys want to calm down at all? Christ, also they just straight up are the nation's girl group, so it's an obvious choice, but also the music this year was just so good for them. Taste of Love was their best mini album ever, I think, and I guess we'll have to see how Scientist plays out, but like word, all the titles this year have been great at least. And my second choice is of course, Brave Girls. And while I don't even really stan Brave Girls, my lord, the year they've had. Wouldn't it just be the cherry on top if they won this? Oh my. Like, as much as I do love Twice, the thought of them winning this award got me all fluttery, and it's a possibility, like Korea is obsessed with them right now, so please let's let Brave Girls win. They blew up and they kept that momentum going with just straight up good music. It would be a crime if they didn't win, but also I would be happy still if Twice won, or even Red Velvet, just because I'm a whore for them, but like their 2021. Yay, we got Queendom, which I did really like, but in comparison to Twice year and motherfucking Brave Girls year, it's nothing. Come on now. Now I'm skipping a lot because I am telling you I really didn't care about a lot about many of these categories. I might go back at the end of this little section and do some quick fire picks, but literally I don't know so many of them. But yes, Best Collab, BOI. The way I'm a touch embarrassed by my pick right now, because in reality I almost don't want them to win, but it is unironically my absolute fave. Switch to Me by Rain and JYP. Sorry. It's just like really good. The best. Makes you wanna dance, and their vocals are actually baller. Well, maybe Rain's are. I don't think JYP has a bad voice per se, but like, he's so cursed every time he opens his mouth. Even I think he sounds good. I'm a little taken aback. But anywho, yes, this song is shockingly good. Even if you don't think you like, if at least listen to the dubchang version, and I promise you will find some appreciation for it. Also, just in general, JYP's music is quite good. Sorry. I know we all get mad he promotes himself more than most of his artists, but a lot of his music is pretty good, like Still Alive. Oh my, sorry, I'll stop praising JYP now, promise. I hate him too, just the music is not as bad as a lot of people may assume it is. Okay, next category, getting into the big ones, starting with Song of the Year. It's gotta be Next Level, doesn't it? First off, it was Oh Wow So Good. Second off, aespa World Domination. I really feel like we are moving out of the one group dominated Song of the Year category that we saw a lot in the third gen, like yes, Twice Get Your Bag, but it's time for aespa to shine. Methinks also it was so popular both internationally and Korea, even if it wasn't necessarily the best song of this year, it had a huge impact, and that is undeniable. Okay, Album of the Year? I actually really don't know. I cannot think of an album that would actually fit this category. Like, normally I would just assume that BTS will win, but I'm pretty sure they just released singles this year. If we are counting last year's December, I would have to say that Better by BoA 8 Slade. Oh my god, and I would definitely choose that as my personal fave at least, but I don't know, would that win? I know BoA is wildly popular because she's motherfucking BoA, but I didn't really pay that much attention to how this album actually performed. All I know is that the music was almost too good, like every song was just in point. And if we're talking last year's December's albums, please let's talk about Yerin Beck's Tell Us About Yourself. The way two of the best K-pop albums of recent years came out within 10 days of each other is something we don't talk about enough, but I digress. And finally, for Artist of the Year, Brave Girls again, for the same reason as before, and I really hope they win this category, and I think they might have a chance. I don't know totally, but I'm pretty sure these huge awards like Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and Artist of the Year are all being chosen by like the Academy if it were LOL, but like experts, not just public votes, which is nice because then it's not 100% going to be BTS. And let me say, I don't even particularly dislike BTS, just their year this year. And I'm also just a touch sick of them winning everything just because they're so huge. MF economies of scale type beat, and like, I'm sure it's deserved. I'm just like, where's the variety, LOL. Anyway, quick fire round. I will be giving no explanation because I probably couldn't even talk you through my picks for these ones. They are quite literally just my favorite. IT, Best New Male Artist, ENHYPEN, Best Male Group, EXO, Best Dance Performance Female Group, Next Level by aespa and Best Vocal Performance Naka from the lovely AKMU and IU. So let's see how this year's Mama will play out. I will likely not watch it or enjoy it, but now onto a drastic topic change, but I thought what a better time to talk about KTube and my channel in general. This video is coming at the perfect time for this, as I have planned a channel revolution. It's really not even a revolution, I've just done some minor changes, it's like not that big of a deal, I just won't stop blabbing on about it lol. But yes, I've changed my thumbnail style because that PSD was pissing me off at this point, and it was really hard to find images that it didn't totally fry, and I just do love this Y2K style, so a Y2K pink Paris Hilton revamp to the outside of the channel it is. But I like my editing, so that's staying the same for the most part. I mean, I'm always growing and learning new techniques and styles, so it is always kind of adapting, but I don't think that I will change the overall looks of things. It's kind of my brand at this point lol. But yes, have you seen the square videos? Do you like? I just wanted a place to put my playlist style videos and have a bit more fun with shorter and simpler videos, and also allow myself to upload more. This way, while I won't be uploading quite as many longer videos, they will have more time and effort put into them, and I'm really hoping that that will allow the overall quality of my videos to excel, which is fun. I don't know, this is just my time of experimentation. I might try out a load of stuff, who knows, I'm just trying stuff out to see what works and what you like watching as well as what I like making. Your feedback is very welcome. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see me try out, or if you don't really have any ideas, just let me know what you think about what I am uploading as it comes. I really appreciate it. Just trying to have more fun with my channel, I guess, because it was boring me and felt more like a chore than what it really is supposed to be. Fun for all involved, myself included. I hope you guys enjoy the new directions I take my channel into. Just very fun, fresh and exciting, enjoying myself right about now.